Welcome to apartment hunting in New York City. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Flor, I'm a content creator living in New York City, and this video is going to be the first episode of a series all about apartment hunting. So if you watched my last video, you know we live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Long Island City, in Queens, in New York, and we lived in that apartment since the end of 2021. But unfortunately, our lease was coming to an end, and it was finally time to move. So I am going to share all about our journey into apartment hunting, what we're looking for, what's on the market here in New York City in 2024, and at the end, hopefully, what apartment we end up choosing. So if you're still not subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified of every time I upload a new video on this apartment hunting series or any other video. So let's get started. First of all, I want to talk about the why. Why are we moving? So if you watch my apartment tour video, you could probably tell how happy I was overall with the apartment. It is a really large 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment and our first home when we moved back to New York City from Germany. So it has like a really special place in our heart, but unfortunately they told us that our rent price that was $5,500 was going up to $6,300 per month, and we also had to add the amenities price. Even though we had the amenities included in the rent price for the first 2 years of our lease, now they were charging separately for them. So if we want to go to the gym, to the pool, to use the lounge areas, we had to pay $100 each per month. So all in all, it would go up to $6,500 coming from $5,500. So around a 20% increase, which was honestly quite a lot if you compare it to anything else either in the market or the economy in general. So that's the reason why we decided to not renew our lease and to instead go apartment hunting in New York City, and also to do these videos because I know you all love this series. No, that's a joke, but I mean it's like a benefit of going apartment hunting to be able to do these videos. So now that you know the why, let's talk about the what. What are we looking for in our next apartment in New York City? So we have a few things that I would say are non-negotiables, and then we have a couple other things that we can work on. Our first non-negotiable is for the apartment to be either a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom apartment. Currently being in a 2-bedroom apartment and being my husband and I and our daughter, we definitely needed a 2-bedroom apartment, one for us and one for her, with the intention of this bedroom for her to be the place where she sleeps, where she plays, like to be her place and not share it with me, as you probably saw on my apartment tour video. And in that case, we would look for an apartment with a large living room where we could put either one desk or 2 desks, or if we could find a 3-bedroom apartment in our budget, that would be amazing, and we could use this 3rd bedroom as our office. Even though I work from home, my husband now goes into the office around 2, 3, 4 times a week, depends on the week. So it would not be that bad not to be able to have a desk for him, but it would be something that we would like if possible. Now, when it comes to appliances in our apartment, we were looking for an apartment with a dishwasher. I know that's something that might be considered a luxury for a lot of people, but for us, we've had a dishwasher since our first apartment here in New York City, and it has honestly been a lifesaver and something that I cannot imagine living without in the future. And especially since having a toddler, having a dishwasher is really useful because you're washing a lot more things when you're eating or drinking or going out or whatever. And also, speaking about washing, also a washer dryer in the unit. This was something that we were kind of in the fence when first looking for an apartment about 2 years ago, and we were lucky enough to find a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom with laundry in unit, and we really liked it. But not only that, when you have a toddler, when you're a parent, maybe if you're a parent, you know, they tend to make a mess and to dirty their clothes really fast, really easily. So having a washer dryer in unit where you can throw things in the washer the moment they get dirty, it's really truly so useful, and we felt really grateful of having that in our apartment. So we needed our next apartment to have the dishwasher and the washer dryer as well as non-negotiables. Our third non-negotiable was for our apartment to be bright. If you know me, you know I love my big windows, lots of natural light, ideally southern exposure, because it's how you get the most light here in the northern hemisphere. But if we could get something with a different exposure that would still get lots of light, that would be great as well. And maybe for some people this is not as important, but for me, working from home and being home a lot of the time during the weeks, filming videos like this one, having an apartment with lots of natural light makes my whole YouTube setup a lot more easier. And I love light in general. It makes me happy being able to have light in the apartment. So that was another non-negotiable. And fourth and last non-negotiable, of course, was for the apartment to be pet friendly. Most apartments are pet friendly right now, but there's still some out there that are not, and we wouldn't be able to move to one of those because we have our baby daughter Oreo. So we needed Oreo to be able to move with us, of course. Now we're going to move to the things that we ideally would like in an apartment, but we can work around them. So ideally, we would love an apartment with a doorman and an elevator. A doorman, if you're not familiar with that, is being able to have someone at the front desk of your building, someone that checks who goes in, who goes out, check on all the packages being delivered at the building. So for me, a lot of brands send me stuff all the time. So being able to have someone that sees those packages, that checks on them, and that prevents them from being stolen, for example, that's very important. Instead of the mail person just leaving them at my front door, maybe someone takes them. So that was something that we would ideally like to have. And also an elevator, because having a stroller, having a small child, having that is really useful. But I think that if we could find an apartment that was maybe on the first floor or second floor, maybe of a townhouse or something like that, we could work with that. Or maybe a smaller apartment that has an elevator but maybe doesn't have a doorman because it only has, like, I don't know, 4, 5, 8 apartments. Then when it comes to location, we are honestly pretty flexible. I would say that we're not definitely set on a specific neighborhood in New York, but rather than that, we want somewhere that is well connected. Being in Long Island City and having so many subway lines, being so well connected to Midtown Manhattan, we wanted an experience like that, being close to the subway, having plenty of options in case one subway is not working. We also wanted something close to a supermarket. Having a Trader Joe's nearby would be ideal, but at least having some other options. We're also close to a Target, so maybe having a Target nearby or any other stores that would definitely make our lives more easier. But this time we also had like an extra requirement, and it had to do with Julia. So Julia goes to daycare to a place that's close to our apartment, and when looking for a new place, we wanted somewhere that had a daycare close by, somewhere where we could bring Julia. So even though there's like plenty of options, this is also something to consider for us. Maybe for someone else it could be a school district, or it could be having a park for your dog nearby. But for us, this was also a requirement. Seeing what daycares were nearby, seeing where Julia could go to school eventually, basically taking her into consideration and seeing what would be best for her. And then of course, finally, our budget. So our budget for this search was between $5,000 and $6,000 per month. Ideally something between those two numbers, but we could go a bit higher if the apartment, if the area, if everything was really worth it. And one last disclaimer before actually showing you the apartments that we toured is that I know that New York City is super extra over expensive. I know the city is really a lot, and that with this same amount of money you can probably get a huge house with a backyard and maybe even pay for a car somewhere else in the US, somewhere else in the world. I know that, I am aware of that. We live in New York City and we're looking for an apartment in New York City because that's that's where our jobs are at. That's the city where we want to live, at least as of right now. So I know you could probably get a huge mansion somewhere else, but we are sticking to New York City for now. I just wanted to say that because I know people sometimes get mad in the comments in these type of videos saying like,
oh, you could get like a huge house somewhere else, and why are you living in a shoebox apartment?
And I get it, you're right. But we, as well as a lot of other people, we actually want to live in New York, even though it means we are paying way too much in rent. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get to our options. So we actually started our search at the end of November of 2023. And even though this was many months before our lease was actually due, we really wanted to see what was out there, what was available, what were prices like. At this time, we were not sure whether or not we wanted to renew our lease or not renew our lease. So we first went to see 3 apartments in a brand new building in South Harlem in Manhattan. So the first apartment that we toured was a 3-bed, 2-bathroom apartment right in our price range, and this apartment was actually huge. It was 1,400 square feet. As you first entered the apartment, you could see the kitchen. Following the kitchen, you had this living dining room area which had a balcony, and this had southern exposure. I like this one, but to be honest, I don't think that we could fit our L-shaped sofa and our dining table here. We probably would have to get rid of one of those, but I love the natural light coming in. As you continued from the kitchen towards your left, you had a hallway that took you to the 3 bedrooms. This first bedroom was a nice size. It could definitely fit a queen size bed. We had a closet. We had the first bathroom, which was a guest bathroom. You also had another closet with a washer and dryer, really large closet. You could definitely put some shelves in there. Then you got to the other bedroom that also had a closet, pretty good size. Probably this could be Julia's bedroom, and the first one that I showed you could definitely be our office. And then if you continue down the hallway, you would get to the master bedroom. So this one was a really large bedroom. It could definitely fit a king size bed. It had 2 large closets, and it also had its own bathroom, of course, with a double sink, which is something that I love. We definitely like this first apartment, but we wanted to see the other available ones in the building. So we went to this second one, also a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, a bit below in price compared to the first one. You could see the kitchen really large with large windows as well. You had a closet in there, also another closet with the washer and dryer, which is definitely a must. And then you had this hallway that led to the first bedroom that could definitely be our office, second bedroom that could be Julia's bedroom. Then you had the first bathroom that would be the guest bathroom. And then if you went down the hallway, you could find the master bedroom. This one was really large, and the master bathroom with the double vanity. This apartment we like. I love that the living room, kitchen, dining room area was larger, but being north facing, it would definitely not get as much sunlight as other apartments would. So we liked it, but we weren't sure, and we wanted to see the third available unit in that building. So this third apartment was definitely our favorite. It was a 3-bed, 3-bathroom apartment, so even larger than we initially expected and that we were looking for, and it was still within our price range. As soon as you enter, you had this beautiful bright kitchen. You can see the amount of light coming in from the windows. It was huge. We definitely could fit our L-shaped sofa and our dining table in here. I love this island or peninsula, I don't know the exact name. It was very bright. This was one of the bedrooms. This could probably be our office. It had a closet, and it also had a bathroom, private bathroom that was great with a double vanity. And then if you walked across the living dining room area, you would find this hallway. You could see that we had the washer dryer in one of the closets. Then we had a bedroom. This could probably be Julia's bedroom. It had its own closet, of course. This was the second bathroom. This would definitely be the guest bathroom. And then if you continue down the hallway, you would find the master bedroom. So this was probably not the largest bedroom, but it was overall a good size. It had, again, a bathroom with a double vanity, and it also had a huge closet. So overall, we really liked this building and this apartment. It also had some amenities like a common rooftop and also a gym. We liked it. We liked the area, the idea of living in Manhattan, finally being really close to Central Park. That was something that I've been dreaming about for I don't know how many years, but it was still very early on in our search, so we also wanted to see what else was out there. So we decided to go to Brooklyn to see another apartment. This apartment that we toured was a 2-bed, 2-bathroom apartment with a balcony. So as soon as you entered the apartment, you had this huge closet right by the entrance door. This would be great to store Julia's stroller and our coats. And then you could see the kitchen to your right. It was a small kitchen compared to the other ones, but it would work fine for us. And then you had a living dining room area. This was pretty long, so I think we could definitely fit our L-shaped sofa and also our dining table. And I really loved the fact that it had a balcony, so that was really great. And then if you continue down the hallway, we had the first bathroom, which was a guest bathroom, and then the second bedroom. This would be Julia's bedroom with its own closet, really large walk-in closet. And then in the hallway there was a washer and dryer, and then this was the master bedroom with its own closet as well, of course, and the master bathroom, which was a really nice size overall. Same with the bedroom. I'm not quite sure we could fit a king-size bed in here, but it was a really good size. This building was really nice and it was really well located right in the heart of Brooklyn. Really well connected. You had 2 Trader Joe's nearby, a Target nearby. The price was really good. Lots of amenities in the building that you had to pay extra for, but still you had amenities if you wanted. But we were not really sure about the orientation of the apartment and how much light it would get, even though when we saw the first 3 apartments it was a really bright and sunny day, so we had lots of light. And when we toured the Brooklyn apartment, it was a cloudy and gray day, so maybe hard to compare. We still thought that this apartment in Brooklyn wouldn't get as much sunlight. All in all, we liked these 4 apartments that we toured. We really loved the 3rd apartment, but unfortunately there was a problem with that building. Not a real problem, nothing wrong with it, but the thing is that we started our search pretty early, as I mentioned before, so we knew that by the time we actually need to move apartment in 2024, this apartment would definitely be off the market. So it really was not an option to us. Even though we liked it and we felt like it was the right fit, we had to break our lease earlier if we wanted to move here, and we thought that it was really not worth it. But at least these first 4 apartments gave us an idea of what we could find for the price and what was available out there. So we didn't end up applying or signing a lease for any of these 4 apartments that I showed you on episode 1. So the search continues, and if you want to know what's next, what next apartments we're touring and where we're moving one day in the end, of course don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And I would love for you to let me know down below in the comments which of these 4 first apartments was your favorite, which one you like the best, or which one you would choose. I really love being able to tour apartments in other neighborhoods, seeing what was available in a place like South Harlem, where I actually never been before to that specific area, and also in Brooklyn, which is a neighborhood and an area where I've been wanting to live for many years now, and it has so many things nearby, so well connected. I feel like every neighborhood has pros and its cons, so lots of things to consider, but none of them were our final choice. So anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, anything that you want to tell me. I'm going to be reading them, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!